Okay. Okay,
All
I'm
right.
ready. So, welcome to the second episode of Ricky Be Talking. And today I have two guests with me. I before I go into introducing them, I want to make sure that I thank everyone who supported the first episode. I think it was great.
It was.
Thank you, Jaleesa, for showing up and coming through for me on the first one.
You're welcome.
Had a lot of great discussion. And I hope we can have a lot of great discussion today. Today's episode is going to be about the disconnect within the Black community. So, as we know, your culture can vary depending on your race. Like we can be all Black, but there's different forms of Black people. There are, you know, Afro Latinas. There's Africans. There's African Americans. So it's just a lot of different ways that the Black community in general can be just so different. And at the end of the day, we are still all Black.
Mhm.
So it's important to sort of educate myself today and learn and educate others about just the differences in the cultures, specifically the African American culture and the African culture.
Mhm.
So that's what I would like to talk about. And I want to
Okay.
introduce Michael.
Yes.
And I want to introduce Jalecia. I
Yeah.
think you all met Jalecia before on the last one. So I
Mhm.
will start with Michael. Can you tell us a little bit about you, your background, sort of what you do?
Yeah. My name is Michael. Um, yes. I'm thankful for having me here, Ricky.
Yep.
Thank you, Jalicia,
You're
for
welcome.
inviting me. My name is Michael. I was born in London, England, and I grew up in Nigeria, which is where my parents are from. So, um, after high school, I migrated to the United States in 2004,
Okay.
Mhm.
and that's how I started my life. Went to college here and um, got into the military, and after which, got out of the military, and I've been doing my own thing since working.
Mhm.
I currently work for a finance company right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's just
And a little bit about Jalecia.
Well, you all met me on the first episode, but I'm Jalecia. Originally from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Ricky's best friend since the 6th grade.
amazing.
I've been in Dallas now since 2019. I am a realtor apartment locator here in Dallas. So if you're looking to move to the area, hit me
Hit
up.
my girl up.
But yeah.
Okay. And you did say where you were from, right?
Yeah, well,
Originally.
I'm originally from Memphis, but I met him in Meridian, Mississippi. Graduated
Yeah.
high school in Meridian, lived in Jackson, Mississippi, Alabama, Hawaii. Then I came here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because I think it is important when we're talking about just upbringings and backgrounds, where you're from and where you're rooted in has a lot to do with sort of the person that you become and how you are. So one of my first questions was sort of where do you see the biggest disconnect in the Black community when it comes to the African culture and the African American culture? I don't know a lot about the African culture, so where do you see the
Me
biggest
first.
disconnect?
I just feel like, just growing up, especially like in a small town,
Hmm.
I may not have known like a lot of Africans. I feel like you hear people say like, these people are this certain type of way, and so it's kind of like what you're taught.
Yeah.
You just like, I know about Africans, but I don't know Africans, or I may know Afro Latinos, whoever.
Yeah.
But coming to Dallas, because Dallas is a bigger city, you meet different people. I mean, me living in Hawaii, I had different, met different people, different nationalities. I just feel like, I'm not gonna say it's ignorance. It's just you don't know about
Right.
different cultures, and that's the
Right.
disconnect. And until you get to know a person or learn, like it'll always be
Yeah.
a disconnect because it's kind of
Yeah.
like you're just assuming
Yeah. And I
about
do
the
know what
other.
you mean because, like, and nothing that I say is meant to be offensive, but I never knew any Africans growing up because I grew up in Mississippi and Louisiana. Like, I
Mhm.
never knew any Africans. So
Mhm.
my idea of what an African was like someone like that I saw on TV, like on one of those like documentaries, like
Michael-
send money to help like the African kids or something like
Yeah.
that was my idea of what
Yep.
Africans were. I
Yeah.
didn't know that there was a whole culture like
Culture.
where they're living it up. I did not know that
Like
until
living
now.
it up.
Yeah.
So that's where I think my biggest disconnect is like just growing up in a small town. I didn't realize that it was like they're very similar to like Americans as far as like their life. They have lavish lives. They have like poor communities. They have
Mhm.
wealthy communities. But that's just my biggest disconnect. What about you?
So my biggest disconnect would be exposure. I
Mhm.
feel like I grew up in Nigeria. Blacks and Africans are very similar people. We just have we have a lot of ignorant people in both sides, both the
Mhm.
African community and also the black people.
Mhm.
Coming to America, I was segregated against, or let's say I was biased. A lot of people were biased towards me, and most people who were biased towards me was black people.
Mhm.
They just had this hatred for me, like, oh, you Africans just come here and just want to come take our stuff. I feel like it's part of history where they feel like a black person feels like we neglected the black people here.
Mm.
They feel like that. They feel like we neglected them, and now we come in
Yeah.
here to come take something that doesn't belong to us. And
Yeah.
that exposure, and like you said, you're from Mississippi. I've been
Yeah.
to Mississippi. I've been to Louisiana.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't really mess with African people like that. All they think about Africans are scammers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or they think that Africans just opportunists. We're coming here to get papers. So even with relationships, like talking to a girl looking at you like, you got your papers?
Mhm.
Do you got,
That's the topic that I definitely want to revisit. Because,
yeah, they're like, you got your papers? Do you, are you
Right.
legit here?
Right.
So it's kind of like, I feel like one of the biggest things is exposure. And until you get to know Africans, you realize that Africans and black people are similar people.
Yeah.
Similar people.
I do agree. I think it's so funny though that you said that when you came here, a lot of people were biased towards you. A lot of black people were biased towards you, and they felt like the African culture like neglected them, and and that's so crazy because I've always thought it was like, in my experience, the opposite way, where it's like, well, don't go to Africa because they're gonna be like, oh, like you're African American, like, oh, you're part of the the community that willingly got on the boat and went over to America. So like y'all were like y'all weak, So I've always heard it in that sense. I've never heard it the other way around. So it's very interesting for you to say that you
if
both
I were
ways.
if I were to take both of you to Africa right now, they would treat you guys well because Africans embrace foreign people more than their old people.
Really?
Yeah, so when you go there, they hear your accent, they treat you nice, they want to show you around, they want to make sure you have a good time because they want to give you a representation of what the African life is. They want to sew you outfits that will make you look, part of the people. They want to teach you like songs. Afrobeats is going viral.
Yes,
I love
love
Yeah, I need a
Afrobeat.
boy,
Yeah.
I shy yo.
Yeah, that's the
my
Burna
song
Boy.
right there.
That's the Burna Boy. So they definitely, Africa is getting to that point where it's like the benchmark where everybody looking like, okay, there's something good coming out of Africa.
Right.
And we as black people, we're very cocky too. So
Yeah.
when you see my level of cockiness, you're like, who you think he is?
Nigerians are very cocky.
Nigerians are very cocky. They were born that way. When you're born in Nigeria, I can't speak for other African countries.
Right.
They teach you that you're the best. Nobody better than you.
Okay.
So when they teach you that and it's in your head, if you gonna tell me you're smarter than me, I'm like, hell no. I'm like, you thought I was feeling you? No, I'm better than you. They feel like that, and that's how I feel black people should be. We should feel like
that is true.
We're empowered. We know better. We better than this person. I'm better
That's
than you.
true, but I do think that also comes from, like you said, like your upbringing. Like you were taught that as a child, like we're the best, like no one's better than me.
better than you.
But I feel like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like in the African culture, Nigerian culture, there probably is more of a sense of like a two-parent household than there is in America, because we
Yes.
all know that in America
It's a lot of single.
it's single mothers
mothers.
are like
Mhm.
really big part of the Black community.
Yes.
So a lot of times that father figure may not be there
there.
to instill that in like their young son. So they may grow up thinking like, well, they're always maybe chasing something that they didn't get at home. Where probably in African culture, it feels to me like they know themselves a little bit more because they may have had like that more of a like a reassurance, or like that 2-parent household like really worked in their
Even
favor.
their families, I feel like you're closer to your family.
To family, yeah.
So it's not like here, like we kind of move and scatter.
Yeah.
Like we're never really close to our families. Like my mom and dad got divorced when I was 10, and she moved us from Tennessee to Mississippi. And it's like I don't have like that. My grandfather like there anymore. Like I have to call. So you just kind of like, I don't need nobody. You just kind of disconnect from people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess when I say like the 2-parent household thing, it's a big topic, because that may be a really big disconnect. Because would you date someone who was a single mom? Like, would you date a single mother?
I was married to a single mom.
Oh, so your mom was, so you're not.
I was married to a single mom.
Oh, you were married.
Yeah. So, my parents were together, of course, like in African parents, but the dad is not really home. So the mom does the real work. The dad's job was to provide. The dad's job was to go to the world and conquer the world. So there were times where I didn't see my dad for like years.
Really?
Wow.
3-4 years. So, but I knew he was there because my mom validated the father status right there. So that's one thing that Africans do, irregardless of if the dad is disconnected or out of the picture, they always solidify that the dad is in unity with the mother. So
definitely not like that here, because it's definitely like your daddy ain't shit. Your daddy is definitely that type of vibe. Did you find that to be hard when you were married, and it was sort of different than what you were used to, like being with a single
mother?
Mom? Yeah.
So for me, I'll tell you this, and this is something that's very, very touchy to me. A lot of Africans, when they come here, the plan that we've been instilled on is come here, do whatever you got to do, get your paper, get the money, then go back to Africa to go marry somebody.
Really?
Oh, wow.
That's what has been instilled in a lot of people in the older generation. So people in their 30s and above, come here, don't mess with the American girls, because child support, they put you on child support.
They do, and they should.
You know, but the
if
thing
they're
is,
not providing.
if they're not providing,
even if they provided, go through the courts.
Go through the court.
If they're provided, I don't feel like you have to throw the court.
You gotta make sure
to put them.
Sorry, Black American men that don't provide.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, they put that stuff saying, child support, or they put it saying, oh, don't mess with American girls. But my ideology of why I married a single mother was, I'm not finna mess with all the girls right here just so I could go find me a good girl who's gonna screw me over.
Right.
I'd rather deal with somebody who I know might kill me later than deal with somebody who I don't have no clue about.
Right.
Because if that person kills me, I'll be more hurt than somebody I know killed me. So that's one thing. So even with the child support thing is, I watch a lot of court shows. I tell people, when you get married, you have a kid, if you have any strain of doubt, get a paternity test. And if your spouse asks you why, tell them, hey, I don't trust myself, baby. That's why.
Well, you should not be married to somebody that you feel like you need to get a paternity test when you're
I
married.
agree.
I'm telling you,
when you're married.
But it happens a lot. Women nowadays, Black,
Ricky, I'm telling
American
you.
women, I'm not even just Black.
Ricky.
But then you shouldn't be married to them, though, is what I'm saying.
Ricky,
I'm not
I'm telling
saying you
you.
can't get the paternity, but you shouldn't be married.
Don't know. One thing about women,
Ricky, you
women
don't
are
know.
sneaky.
Women
If you got a thought in your head though that child
But
may
it's not
not
a
be
thought.
yours,
It's for security. I feel like.
but then you shouldn't be with that. But you can still get the paternity test, but you need to reevaluate. Should I really be with somebody?
I mean, if it comes back and they say you're not the father, then
Right.
yeah, you. But what if
even
they're
if
not
it
showing
does-
those signs that they are cheating?
But if you even have the thought that somebody's cheating and it's that
What
bad.
if it's not even
Ricky-
thought? It's just your talk.
Okay, Ricky, what if I was the one cheating? And because when you cheat, you're always suspicious anyways. So I'm the one messing around.
Again, if you have those thoughts that the person that you with is possibly cheating, then you probably need to reevaluate being with that person. Like that probably
I
isn't the
agree.
person
I mean,
for you.
you probably don't need to marry them, but it's kind of hard. What if you really don't have that that proof when he.
I get not having to prove, but if you feel like you need to prove to leave, you probably are not going to leave even when you had to prove.
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
if you,
that's true.
Because it's like, if you even have a question that they could be doing something that is going to hurt you, if you really ready to leave, you would just be like, I don't know if you're doing anything, but I have trust. You can't make it about the other person. You got to say, well, I have trust issues, so I need to leave out of this relationship because you may or may not even be cheating, but I don't trust you.
So
you for you, are you saying like it's not trust issues? You would still just want a test and like to make sure this is your kid.
I feel it's mandatory because the way a lot of people are on child support. There's a lot of people who, trust me, they in love. Like they sit down there and the spouse reassures them, baby, I would never do nothing to you.
Exactly.
And when I see the result, I'm like, I'm mad now. I'm like, you're crazy. Like
I really believe you.
Like I believe you were innocent. So I felt like that's one thing that it should be a given for Black men, for us to be superior and for us to be able to support our kids. You know, I feel like a lot of Black men, like you said, fathers are living the lives of their kids.
Yeah.
I feel like, it shouldn't just, if you don't know how to support with monetary values, be there in some other form of way. Be there
they don't
like,
know how
hey,
to do that.
let me come coach you in ball, And I feel like, we should just be better. Like, as Black men, I try not to be the stereotype of what they see me as.
Right.
Yes.
So I see you right now with a hoodie. I'm thinking, this guy got a gun. This guy might hurt me. Now, I might be a criminal with a suit on. I might be a criminal with a suit on.
You might be the criminal.
Right.
But nobody will know about because the society says if you dress properly, you're dressing the way you want to be addressed.
Right.
So,
well, that is a good point. And just to, I guess, close out that whole thing about like the child support thing, I think jokingly, I was like, yeah, they should be on child support. But I think that if you are taking care of your child and you're doing what you're supposed to do, then there's really no need for you to have to necessarily go through the courts. But if there are any doubts that man may one day just stop supporting, then you need to go through the courts.
I can finalize the child support because
Ricky,
I'm a single mom.
Yeah, Ricky. Yeah. No, I would say I think child support should be mandatory because people change.
And that
people
was my
change.
point.
So you would rather be on child support?
I'd rather be on child support, knowing that I am mandated to do something.
Because you know what the problem is? So
you would give past the child support. You're just like, I give you the child support. Don't ask me for anything.
Let's say no. I'm not gonna do that because that's gonna show my level of commitment to that kid.
Okay.
It's beyond the money. Child support is just the monetary value to make sure your kid is good.
Okay.
It's beyond the money. What you do after child support, that's where you count as a father.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now the thing is, the reason why I say people have to be put on child support is because people change. I might be dating you right now. I'm in love with you. I love you so much. Things don't work out for us. We go our separate ways. And now I'm talking to this girl who says, you know what? That girl pisses me off. I hate her weave. I don't want you to pay child support. I don't want you to pay child support this month. I want you to fly us to the Bahamas. Because I'm with my lady right now. I'm flying out to the Bahamas, neglecting my child.
Yeah, that's not right.
She didn't put a court on me because she felt like she could trust me. But guess what? Now the trust is going to be broken. People change. People are like...
Well, I just think you got to... Well, I would say So I think everyone has to do what's probably best for them. But in my experience, and I have a lot of family members who weren't on child support through the courts. And when things went left and the baby mama might have been like, I need more, and they're like, I can't give you more, then they have went back to the courts and was like, I ain't never got a dime. And because it's not filed through the court system,
you gotta go back.
They have to pay all of that back child support because there's no record of it ever being paid.
That's why I said this.
Yeah.
When Judge Mathis said this, he said, man, put yourself on child support. I was like, this guy is dreaming. And I realized, he said, all it takes is one day for you to piss a woman off. Do you know how long it takes to piss a woman off?
Yeah.
You could not even do nothing. You could be out of the country. You could be dead and still piss off a woman. You could be dead. They're like, oh, this guy pissed me off. This just reminded me of the... And when you piss her off, all that time you probably were supporting your child, but guess what? The court is going to count it as a gift.
Yeah.
Oh, you just gifted your child. Now you're in debt. You can't even move forward with your own life because your old life is dragging you back. So what do you do for a guy? Like, if I got 2 kids. I have 2 beautiful kids. I take care of the kids. I give the mom try to make sure the mom is okay, because if you don't strengthen and empower the mom, your kids are gonna fail.
How do you feel about when she gets a new man? You still need to, like, because I know
How
some
does that work?
Africans,
Yeah.
now I do know this, and I've heard several stories of this, and it may not be all Africans, but I do know some Africans who, they still support the baby mama even when they are in a new relationship. Both of them may be in a new relationship. They still support the baby mama. How does that work? Because I don't think that could ever work for a black American lady.
African men are we are family oriented. So we would be there regardless. So for me, I was my dad and my mom had me. My mom got married to a new husband. The new husband and my mom had a baby, my younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
My dad came to the U.S. to come do some business.
Mm-hmm.
My mom told me this. She said, my dad used to give her money every 2 weeks. I said, hey, this is for you. My dad was friends.
Oh yeah, that doesn't work.
My dad was friends with.
That's why he was still
giving her money, like, hey, this is for you.
Yeah.
My dad was still giving her money because my dad didn't see it as anything. And okay, yeah, we talk about child support. We're saying, oh, this is an African American thing. My mom put her ex-husband on child support. The same thing she warned me about. She said, don't go after the American girls. She's going to put you on child support. So now, who lied to who? We got to be honest with each other. We do the same thought over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's crazy. I mean, we do have a lot in common because he said the father goes off to work and they're not home. We're thinking like your father's home.
And a lot of
but if your father's off for 3 years,
and that's not.
Well, I'm not. My daddy ain't in jail.
No. I'm just saying like. No, I'm just saying like that is a big deal.
That is a
in
big,
America. Like a lot of black fathers are in jail and they can't be there for their kids. Not even that they don't want to.
Well, let's talk about the ones that can be there and they're not.
The ones that can be there and that are not. That's just a lack of they don't want to take responsibility for having kids. And I feel like they just should not have had kids if you weren't going to be there for your child financially.
You can't even say like if you're young. I was 19 when I had Kobe, right? So, yeah, I feel like his dad at that time, you probably wasn't ready. We were both in college.
Mm-hmm.
You played ball. But now that you're older, I gave you chances. Even before I put you on child support, I'm like, hey, just buy him Pampers. Just buy him balls. Can you get him circumcised? It was just the small things that you did. So after I asked you for 4 things, I'm like, dang, I got to do this to you. Cool. I put you on child support.
Yeah. I feel like the thing too is a lot of men, black men are not.
You don't have to hold your tongue.
No,
you can say what you got.
Wait. Yeah. So a lot of black men haven't been domesticated. So some black men feel like it's not my place to cook. It's not my place to do this.
Oh,
Gender roles are very big in America.
So they feel like it's not that way. So when you tell a macho African American man, hey, go change the kids' diaper, they're looking at you like, I've been busy all day. But that's the mentality I had to change for myself because I had to stop looking at myself like I'm the man. I don't got to do this. I don't got to do that. I have to be the man saying, hey, how do I make my spouse's life easier? How do I do this? And guess what? Now with divorce, I could do all those things now without her help. I could do all those things without nothing. Like I could do it easily. But if I wasn't able to do that, I'll be pissed.
Struggling.
Yeah, and it will make me want to disconnect from my kids. Like, okay, I'll just pay you the money. Just go your way.
Yeah.
Because now I'm thinking I could just do the cash and we could be on our way.
Right.
But the thing is, because I'm able to do that, it gives me that bonding time with my kids. I'm able to know if my kids, some men don't even know what their kid's blood type is. I seen a lady was like, oh, I can't take off work. Can you take the kid to the hospital? He's like, what am I going to tell the doctor? Because he don't know what to do at the place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do better.
Yeah.
And
gender roles are very big.
Mm-hmm.
So just to change topic slightly, because this is a big one. I think this one's going to take a little minute.
Okay.
But do you guys, in the African culture, is colorism as big of a thing as it is in the African American culture?
Please explain what colorism is.
Colorism? Oh, okay.
So
well, colorism is
Colorism.
basically in America where it's like light skin versus dark skinned people, or the complexion of your skin makes you, the fairer your skin is, the more beautiful you are. The darker your skin is, and it comes from that slave background of like the house nigga and the field nigga. Like it comes from that whole like, you know, stereotype back, back then. So
when I was growing up, colorism wasn't one of those things where people were like, oh, this person's better than me.
Mm.
It was just most people who were lighter were from different parts of the country.
Yeah.
And most people who were darker was from different parts. So like I'm Igbo, right? Most Igbo females are light skinned. Yoruba females are dark. dark. So it's kind of one of those things where they're like, oh yeah, this is how it is. And now Africa, Nigeria, for example, they bleach a lot. They use creams to tone their skin to different colors that they're looking for because now they see social media, they see all kinds of stuff, and they think that getting that light skin, this is a new thing coming up. That light skin is more better. It's superior. I gotta look lighter. But all these things have long-term effects that messes up with people.
So it hasn't always been an issue.
Yes,
it's becoming an issue because it's always been an issue as far as I've known.
Basically.
So you guys have always had colorism growing up?
Yes, I mean today, like even on social media, it's still a topic because some people are blind to it. But I'm a dark skinned woman, so I feel like I used to be insecure about being dark skinned.
Really?
Like, because I feel like even dating, guys would usually typically choose like a light skinned woman, over a darker.
Yeah, I mean, but
it
that's
just
also,
depends.
But yeah, because I was gonna say it depends on where you're from too. Because I feel like especially in the South, colorism is definitely a big thing in the South. Maybe not Texas. Texas isn't traditionally South, but definitely Mississippi, Louisiana, that whole mulatto thing, and like
biracial.
Being biracial, like that really was a thing growing up. Especially Mississippi was like, oh, she cute because she got long hair and she light skinned.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that's why weave and stuff is so like important to us because it's like we want like the silky, like you want it straight.
Yeah. Oh.
And that was before social media.
Yeah.
I never like I was one of those people who I didn't look at colors. I just like I was into personalities. Like I just gotta like you.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta look your personality. And I gotta say that I gotta say this. A lot of people think that African men like big women. We need to stop that. We are used to our mothers being big. And getting big was a sign of we're doing good.
Yeah, well.
We're doing well.
Yeah.
But little do we know that they got diabetes. A lot of people in Africa die today because they got fat, thinking they're having fun, eating all kinds of stuff. And they're dying because, a lot of things we did not know. We're not privy to those informations. So now everybody got to be conscious because we look at, I like me a big woman, but I'm not only subjected to liking a big woman. If I see a skinny woman I like, I'll take her. If I see this person, I'll do. It just depends.
Discriminate against them.
Yeah,
right. Size, you don't care about the size of the lady. Yeah.
So, but what do you feel about colorism in terms of growing up in Mississippi?
Oh, it was a very big topic of discussion. Not so much for men. I won't say that. Actually, that's not true. In the 90s, colorism was probably more equal playing field in the 90s because it was this thing of light-skinned men was in, dark-skinned man was out.
Yes.
Now it's sort of have reversed
I would
now.
not date a dark-skinned guy back when I was younger.
That's what I'm saying.
Back then, that's crazy.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, Lord forgive me, but
why are you talking about Lord forgive you? That's what you was. You was ignorant back then. Just say, go ahead and say what it was.
Kobe is handsome.
Yeah.
And I used to be like,
just say it, Jaleesa.
I don't want a dark baby.
I have heard her say that, but but that was just.
And so I wanted a light skin. Like they were just, I don't know, they were cute.
It was just that's what you grew up thinking, though. You
grew up thinking
that light skin was
now
cute.
I'll date anybody, but I'll take them black as they come. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was more of an even playing field in the 90s. Now, it's not so much that sort of, now it's sort of reversed. It's sort of like, oh, light-skinned guys are too emotional, are weak, and now dark-skinned guys are like
more manly
and strong. And it's all bullshit because it's not true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, I feel like it's all bullshit.
So basically, people want guys like Drake.
Every time
people don't
date
want
a light
guys
skinned man,
like
they
Drake.
be emotional.
They don't want guys like Drake because they feel like they're emotional.
I like Drake.
Well, they feel like Drake is sensitive. They feel like Drake is
light skinned men can be a little. I'm not gonna say all, but the guys I've dated, they are a little more emotional.
Okay.
They like to,
Do you like that?
Pick with me and star. I'm like, are you a girl? Like, what are we doing?
That don't got nothing to do with their skin color, though.
Yes, it does, because it's all the light skinned men.
It's just crazy.
So light skin guys are petty, huh?
Yes, that's what it is.
Petty?
They're petty.
Oh.
You gotta think about it. I dated light skin before. Now I almost say his name, but my ex from high school, he not really like that. My first love, he was not like that. But the rest of them, yes.
I just think it's the person.
Okay.
They like to pick. They want to fight. I don't have time for that because I will.
But you know why you feel that way? It's because your experience. You just said you liked light-skinned men when you were younger. So your experience is mostly with light-skinned men. So you have a bad perception of light-skinned men. And so I think that's really what it is. I don't think it's the color of their skin that make them sensitive or ain't shit. It's just their personality. That's why I don't go with the whole you know what I'm trying to say, like the signs, like the you're an Aquarius,
zodiac
so like,
signs.
Yeah,
I don't do zodiac signs because I feel like
I think that's from a religious standpoint.
No, I think a lot of people believe in that stuff, man.
Well, they just if you ain't shit, you ain't shit. Don't matter what sign you.
Sometimes Virgos trying to be matching with.
I say that, but the thing is, you know, a lot of if you look at something deep long enough, you're gonna start believing it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen somebody. I've seen a guy who had a baby with a girl, and I kid you not, this baby was beginning to look like this guy. When they did the DNA test after like 5 years, it wasn't his kid.
That happens a lot in the.
But the thing is, when you look, if you're looking to find something, you're gonna find it.
But one thing about black people, we do be lying too, because we'll look at a baby in a minute and be like, he look just like your daddy. And I think everybody, and I'm just like, that ain't even that boy daddy. That's that boy. That's that boy uncle. Or that's that boy teacher. And you talking about he like his damn daddy. You know, I'm just like, we do be lying. And we got to stop.
Yeah, black people, we do that a lot.
We do.
Now, we don't lie when we say they cute, though. That we ain't gonna
say
tell
they're adorable.
Oh, no,
adorable.
I think people lie a lot. Because when
I'm not telling you your baby cute. My grandfather told me not to be a liar.
No, when my son came out of the womb, I was like, oh Jesus Christ, Brody. I said, who's this man?
Your baby?
My own son, because I thought
babies don't always be cute when they come out.
Baby don't always
grow into they look.
No. My baby wasn't cute when he came out.
Kobe was
passed out. I looked at him. I said, oh, okay, he good.
No. I look at my son. I said, oh, here we go again. This guy got a big old head looking at me like. I'm like, Jesus, man. But because I know there's a lot of ugly babies. We got to start identifying with people. Your baby's ugly, lady, but it will grow into the
just don't say they ugly. Just don't say nothing.
Oh, precious. Oh my God, that baby is so precious.
I'm not gonna call your baby precious if I don't think your baby is precious.
But precious isn't ugly or cute.
Precious is a big word.
A baby is precious.
Precious sounds like you're trying to say they cute almost. No. Precious is a.
What is the definition of precious?
But precious is a.
Adorable is almost saying cute.
Mm-hmm. But precious is
the precious Lamb of God.
Uplifted. A good thing. Precious is good.
Yeah.
Oh, baby is good, right?
Now they look.
But the baby is a baby is so precious.
I'm not saying a lot of these people.
Nah, I'm not.
So what y'all gonna say? Your baby? Oh my God, that baby is what?
I do have a question, actually.
You know what? I didn't try to change it.
When it comes to men and women and how they are viewed, there's an unfair notion that men are seen as superior than women in the African culture, and in the American culture, there seems to be a notion to where like. Women are have a equal playing field, or now a lot of women are
more
almost
dominant.
like more the dominant species in the black community.
and I feel like the reason why they feel that in the United States is because the fathers are taken away from the family, and the women are meant to, like she's a strong black woman raising her kid.
Very
strong black woman raising her kid. The job is hard, trust me.
Yeah.
Now, like, with raising my own kids, I know why most women are spiteful. So, but I gotta say this. Men and women are not equal.
Okay.
I don't think they are equal.
What you
everybody got a role.
Because I have my own opinion, but
So what do you mean by when you say they're not equal? I mean, I know
a woman cannot do everything a man can do. A woman cannot do everything a man can do.
I can't stick. I can't take I don't have a thing to stick in you, but other than that, when it comes to careers,
okay. Let me.
You got female mechanics, female engineers.
Okay, you went to career, right? Let me get you now. In the military, right? For a woman to pass a test of push-up, she got to do 11. For a guy to pass, he got to do 50. If we were that equal, why can't she do 50?
I've never heard that.
Well, she should be doing 50.
She should be doing 50 push-ups, right?
Right.
Yeah,
women never used to deploy to Iraq, Afghanistan. They never.
When?
Back up till I don't think up till like 2 years ago, they never used to deploy.
But that doesn't mean that.
Because my friend deployed and got.
But that doesn't mean that she. But
7 years ago.
even
When
the
she went
push-up.
to Iraq, they're not meant to do. Women don't
Yeah,
do
'cause
like
she came back
certain
with some-
jobs.
But
'cause
just
it-
because there's
yeah.
a okay, so I do have.
So she said
one-
career. That's why I went there.
Okay, but I do have something. What you said about the push-ups. Just because the military may say you only have to do 11 doesn't mean that she can't do 50.
Because the woman make it do more.
Most women can't do it. You know that for a fact. Most okay.
American women feel like we have a point.
for
To
example,
black,
I'ma give
any
y'all-
American woman feel
Okay,
like she got a point.
so
to
for
prove,
sit-ups,
so-
right? For sit-ups, the way our spine is set up for a man and a woman is different.
Wait, babe, we know my spine. I have scoliosis.
So the way our spine is set up
Right.
is different for females. So when they give men, men can do this, they know most women can't do a lot of things that men could do. They could
Give
do.
me an example besides push-up.
There are some women sit-ups.
Okay.
Okay, now I can do sit-ups. I can just cross my little legs and I can.
I guess
Okay,
you
okay. And the reason why I say a lot of men and women, we have to. I'll say this just to save myself. If a man and a woman is doing the exact same thing
Mhm.
for the same length of period of time, I feel like they deserve equal opportunity, equal pay, equal respect.
Right.
But if a
The
woman,
woman don't get the equal
wait, listen now.
pay.
You see,
the equal.
I'm setting up the
It's
balance for you. I'm setting up the balance for you. But if a woman cannot do that exact same thing as
Right.
a man, for example, career, right? When a woman gets pregnant, she takes off work, right?
Yes,
When she's pregnant, she cannot do some duties of the military, so she's incapacitated.
Military.
I'm giving you most jobs. Let's say I was working in a oil field and a woman gets pregnant, and because of the radiation and everything over there, she can't be in certain situations. Even a woman working in the hospital in the medical field.
But that's because of something medical. That's because she's pregnant. So when she comes back, she's working 10 times as hard.
So let me ask a question. So if I work a full year straight, I work January to December, and you work January to May, and you take off the rest of the time because you're pregnant. When you come back in January, you want to get the same promotion as I, who have been working the whole
No,
time.
I'm gonna prove that I can definitely get that promotion when I come back, even if it take me 6 months to 2 years.
Okay, but at that time, in that January, who do you think should get a promotion?
You can get it because I wasn't there. That's
Exactly
fair.
what I'm saying.
But you said that
That's not
we
equal.
can't do. We can't.
I never said you can't do it. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us.
That's that fake shit right there. I be talking about with people. Don't use my Jesus
Well,
in this way.
okay. Well, I have a different perspective because my mom is a very strong black lady,
Mhm.
and I feel like my mom could do anything that a man can do.
Okay.
Besides, if she doesn't have a dick, but anything else she
She
could
could
do.
do. Okay.
So I feel like my mom she always made more money than my dad. My
Yeah.
mom always had more career opportunities than my dad. My mom always worked longer hours than my dad. My mom always had, it's just like, I'm not putting down on my dad, but I'm just saying like my mom did just as much as a
As your
man
father.
could do. Probably more than most people's fathers have done. My mom has done. So I kind of have a bit of a different perspective on that
okay.
because I feel like women can do what a man could do, except for the obvious.
They can't raise a black man. They can raise a black man to become a successful person, but it takes a man to teach a boy how to become a man better.
Well, that's why they say a village.
But yeah, I was
It takes a village
I was gonna say
because me being a single mom and I have a black son.
yeah.
We're in Dallas. We don't have family here.
Mhm.
I still have my grandfather, my dad, my stepdad.
Exactly.
I'm blessed to have those people. So like in the summertime, Kobe can go to Mississippi or he can go to Tennessee, and he still has like this
mentality.
male influence.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't
But
think
that's
that,
what I'm
like
saying.
you said, if your dad is away for 3 and 4 years taking care, he's working. How can he have this big impact on your life?
Because it's not about the length of time the dad spends with you. It's the quality of it. So he might be out of the country for 3 years, but when he comes back, the things he does with me shows me how to become a man. My dad always taught me something. He always taught me to work hard,
Mm-hmm.
never depend on a woman.
Oh, well, I was taught to work hard, never depend on a man.
And that's
See, no, that's what I'm saying, because that is something like my mom has already, like she
Yeah.
provided a good lifestyle for me and my sisters. We didn't have to grow up in the hood or anything. So to see my mom making good money, making 6 figures, and
Yeah.
she didn't need a man. She just wanted one probably.
Right.
Like I said, I'm going to be the same way. Like I'm
Right.
not. I want a man now. Let me correct myself. Now I do want a man. I don't want to be alone. But do I need a man? No, I don't. I want a man, but I'm not going to necessarily say I need a man because I can hold me and Kobe down.
Do you think Black American women are too independent?
Yeah, I heard a person say.
In some aspect, they're too.
Like somebody said that we know.
You
They
do?
said I like what he said. He said independent. He's like he don't like to hear that term because when you're grown, you're grown. So like when you got bills, everybody's independent. So why do women say I'm independent? When he said that, it made a lot of sense because when you're an adult, you have to pay bills.
You got to pay bills.
So when you're throwing in a man's face, I'm independent. It's like I think it's more of like a defense thing, like
defense mechanism.
Yeah, just in case this person hurts you or something, you can say, I don't need you. Like I can really do this shit on my own.
Right.
Because I did that around my 20s.
I like what said about the equality thing. You know, I told somebody this. I said, I've seen.
Mic over. I'm sorry.
No, I've seen a man and a woman working, right?
Mm.
And the man says, you know what, baby, save your money.
That's very big in the African culture.
Yeah,
save your money.
I like African men.
Save your money. I'm gonna take care of you. Don't worry about it. I'll pay all the bills. I'll do all this. But it's hard with the amount of independent women we have. I'm yet to find a woman who says, hey, Michael, I see your hustle. I see you're working hard.
Oh.
I want to pay all the bills.
Okay, yeah, I don't think
I want to pay all the bills.
Ever should just say that, but I do feel like a woman
if she can afford it, then if she can do it, I feel like
my mom probably make more money than like I'm not putting her business out
yeah,
there.
but she's
she
gonna
will
make your
match
dad pay
like almost 50-50.
Right. Exactly.
I'm okay with that.
I want her to pay 80, so I can pay 20.
But
is it possible?
Even if you pay the mortgage, and I pay the utility.
See, it's about too materialistic. It's too materialistic. It's like people. Okay, when you're married.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your money and his money. It's really y'all's money anyway.
And then you still have your money to the side.
So you can put 20% of your check into your own personal fund.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like who's paying the bills, it really should just be y'all are both paying the bills because y'all are both putting it in one pot. Yeah. And then you're putting 20% off for yourself. Mm-hmm. He putting 20% off for himself.
Or when you're dating.
But when you're dating, that's a difference because I don't know if no man should really be paying your bills when you dating them.
It's American men out here paying.
American men paying bills.
I know, and it's African men paying bills.
Oh, African men pay.
You know why they do?
African men pay bills regardless. They paying bills for free.
Yeah, they pay bills for free.
I see
most African men, no offense, most Nigerian men, I feel like do it because they're married, so they take care of home. But even they woman on the side. She may think she's not a woman.
Are you saying that African men they have women on the side? Is this what you're trying to say?
I would say most African men.
They do
because of the way we were raised. So my great grandfather had a bunch of wives. So if you really understand, monogamy came from when we got colonized by the white people. Nigeria was colonized in 1960. That's when they stopped the killing of twins. They stopped the one man, one wife stuff. Yes, the white people have impacted the culture of one man, one wife, but that wouldn't change everybody. Now we still have men in Nigeria having more than one wife. So now the question is monogamy helping us if we're still cheating?
Yeah, I just feel like then be single. If you can't be monogamous, then be alone. But don't involve other people's emotions.
Well, I like that you say you're honest.
Yes, you gotta be honest with them.
Honest in what way?
If I'm messing with more than one woman, I will let them know. So what I say. So before I got married, I was messing with like 5-6 women.
Okay, you single, yeah.
And I told them, I said, they're like, oh, why are you doing this? I said, I'm emotionally not available. Wow. My emotions is not there. I'm just here for the fun. But the thing about it is, even though I'm messing with them, I will still do the same things that a person dating them would
See, that's the problem.
That's scary.
Though.
That's the problem because a woman's gonna fall for that. That's like chivalry. Like, okay,
if it's just
this man is like doing these things for me.
Okay, but let me ask a question.
I don't want him doing this for other women.
Jaleesa, let me ask a question. I'm messing with you. We having sex every night. Then you call me on the phone and tell me, oh, baby, my phone is about to go off. Should I say, oh, I don't want you to get attached. I'm not paying that bill. You could look at me.
I'm not talking to you no more. You're not. Why am I having?
Oh, you see that now?
I'm not saying
now that is a double standard, but
I'm not saying that you're supposed to pay for a woman having sex with you. No, but if I'm sitting there laying up with a man, he should be doing something.
See,
like,
why do you feel entitled to something?
I'm not entitled, but like if I'm giving you my body for one, I need to be
Oh, you
saving
giving
myself for marriage.
Oh,
So if my dumb ass want to sit here and sin, I need to be sinning for a reason.
Let me-
'Cause,
so let me ask
like,
you, what would you, if you're dating me and we having sex, what else do you have to
you ain't
offer
gonna take
me?
me out. You even just be fucking me behind closed
No, no,
doors
no, no.
and we're
I'm
not
not
doing
just.
anything.
That's what I said. Whenever I'm messing with them, I still go out to go eat because I want to eat. I'm not going out to go eat because
Why is it that African men like to take women to ducked off spots? Like, let's go to Mighty
sounds
Duck
personal.
Irish Pub.
That sounds very personal, Jaleesa. Do you want to?
yeah, Jaleesa.
I'm joking. But he's saying he'll go eat.
I'll go eat. I'll go out to go eat. I'll go do the
But
same
why do
thing.
you want to
I'll
have
do.
sex? Why do you want to have sex with multiple women?
I mean, if
And
you're
If I'm not
single-
available,
how's it a double standard that a woman, if her phone about to be off, if you care about this woman, you having sex for her, you said every night, you're not gonna mind paying.
Wait, that
her
don't
cell
mean
phone
just because
bill.
he having sex with her that he care about her though.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Now,
'cause
that could be
man,
true.
Yeah.
Because if me paying
Y'all
her
are
bills,
different.
I'm paying her bills because I'm like, you know what? Why would I be messing with somebody who I want to see suffer? I wouldn't mess with somebody who I want to see suffer. And that's the pettiness that we have in the black community. People want to. Okay, I'll give you an example. A girl called me on the phone. She told me, "Hey, Michael, I need to borrow some money." I said, "Why?" She said, "I'm about to get kicked out of my apartment." I said, "Okay. Are we fucking?" She said, "No." You got a man? She said, "Yes." The man stays at home while this girl goes to work. And now she's short on rent and she's asking me for money.
Well, she was a dumbass. She should never
Yeah,
told you.
that's
she had
most
no
Black
damn man.
American women.
I told the girl, I say, if you are stupid enough to leave a man at home while you're working and now you're short on rent, I can't be messing
I
with
ain't gonna
foolish
say
people.
most. Let me correct myself, but a lot of women.
A lot of women
I
do
feel
that.
like they go through that. Like,
Well, you
that's
know
my thing.
why?
How you in a relationship with
Why?
a person and your lights are about.
I'm gonna
to be
tell you
turned
why.
off.
Because I can't speak for African women, but for Black American women, we have this thing of we're such no. It's like in the Black community, we have this thing of like the women are the nurturers,
Okay.
and the women they ride or die. They stick with you through
Yeah,
thick
through
and
thick or
thin.
thin, yeah.
Where it may not be like that in the African culture, I don't know, but
No.
in the American culture, it's like. I was with you when you was paying all the bills and you was selling dope and all of this.
See, that's different. A temporary time when you're not working is different. But
You talking about she just got with a man who ain't got shit?
a man who doesn't got shit.
Well,
It
now that
happens.
was just a dumb bitch because I would.
It depends on how old you were.
Cause Jaleesa feels some type of way. So that's what let's really get down to.
Okay, I mean,
Cause
because
Jaleesa,
I don't do. You know me. I don't like to do things for men. Because in high school I did it.
yeah.
I did dumb shit
And
at an
that's-
early age, like
that's why-
buying
so-
buying men Jordans and shit when I was 16.
But that's where the baggage come from because now you were scorned when you were little. So now you feel like you can't do nothing for me. Why would I want to mess with you when you can't do nothing for me? Because I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure you're okay.
Well, now I'm saying, okay, it could be a long story. Now, yes, I would do something for a man that I care about, but I'm going to protect myself too. Like I don't want to do too much,
Yep.
and you playing me
right.
because that's a problem. I don't like to feel played. And
That's
that's
the
something
thing.
I've been working on because I overcame anger issues. And my thing, is with men. Like I would put my hand on a man quicker than I would a woman because I don't like guys telling me what to do. So now that I'm in this new role in this new environment with working with men, I feel like God is showing me that I can do it and I don't have to have the last word because the old me will pop off really fast, especially if a man is like talking to me in a way like you're trying to tell me what to do. I don't like that. I didn't like that. But now I'm like,
But the thing is, I wanna always be with a woman who is goal oriented. Her head is always thinking about something.
Yeah.
When I'm with a woman who her mind is not always thinking, I will keep motivating her. If I see it's not working, it's like a jumper. I'm like a jumper cable. I'm gonna try to jump your ass. If you can't start, I gotta leave you because you're a dead battery. I gotta move on because you are gonna drag me back. They say people are like elevators. They either take you up or bring you down. I don't want to be in an elevator stuck with you going down in my life.
Oh, that's
I
a good
don't want that
analogy.
either. That's why I'm single.
Well, this is really good. I'm glad we're talking about all this because my next one is sort of on these same lines, which is what is the biggest difference that you see in the dating sector of it between the African culture and the African American
Can
culture?
I go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, go first.
Cool. So coming to Dallas, because I know before I moved here, I heard American women women like to date African men. I never understood
Mm.
why. Like, why they date African men? Like, what's so
Special.
You think
special?
before you came to Dallas, you always heard Dallas women like to date African men.
Why women in general? Like, I had friends,
okay.
that dated guys in like Houston,
Okay.
Dallas, Nigerian men to be exact. But I was like, I would never date an African man because, like you said,
did
I've
say
heard that you all have multiple wives.
Not for everybody, just some
yeah.
people.
But I kind of fell for one here. I liked him.
Oh.
Yeah. He was cool. Like, but he taught me so much in the little time that we did spend together, like about business. And I, like you said, a person that's constantly like thinking, that's me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always like trying to like think of ways to like better myself. And like, that's the first man that really just sparked my interest. Like, most American men have never done that for me. Like, they don't be talking about shit.
Yeah, because
But WYD,
what you doing?
yeah, like, it's never like a conversation about business. Like, I don't know. Like, it
You
was just different
never
for
was
me.
in I don't think it was the culture. I just don't think you were in the right settings to meet a Black American man who had their own shit going, who could teach you something.
Legally.
Yeah.
Not selling drugs.
You probably was in the club. It is like you meet a man in a club, you meet a Black man in a club. It's
But
like,
even like just men that have good jobs, I feel like they still.
But just because you got a
Any
good
man
job,
just be wanting to have sex most of the time, anyways. But I'm just saying, like, they really don't have a lot to talk about.
But it's a difference between just having a good job and then being an entrepreneur. Because I think the guy you're talking about is an entrepreneur, so he can probably teach you things that somebody just with a good job, that don't mean they have good leadership skills. They may be a good hard worker making $200,000
a year.
Yes, a lot of
year, but
American
not a
men
leader.
is not good leaders.
Right?
Black.
But
Yes. Yes.
Now, I do agree with Black American men they're not like good leaders. Besides like TD Jakes, if you want TD Jakes,
girl, you
know I love my bishop, but
every-
yes, like he's so like intellectual, and I like people that make me think on a different level.
Yes.
And
But that
so
is
when
out
I
there.
start dating African men, like now it's kind of hard if I'm like texting this American guy and he's just not talking about anything, or it's different, and I don't know. But I can say, listening to you, I do feel like now. I said I was going to only date African men. I've changed that too because I feel
You
like
ain't yesterday, because you just said that yesterday.
the reason I changed is because I feel like you all date American women it's something with your ego, and to say like, I'm doing better than a Black American man. Not like coming for you, but I just feel like that's some, because I have been on dates and a guy was like, why you get mad that I called a woman a bitch? Like, American men call y'all bitches and this and that, and but we treat y'all better. So to me, it's like, so are you talking to Black American women to like? It's a
Black
competition,
men
and he
and
just said
African men.
you're taught to come here, do your thing, and go back home. So
but
you're never going to think to marry an American, Black American woman,
I think you got
or
it,
any American woman.
I think you got it messed up, because I married an American woman, and I did that because I wanted to do it. It takes a guy who's educated. Education plays a big part in.
You could be a big player too and be educated.
I know, but the thing is, when I say education, I'm saying education in the aspect of not following that old way of life of going back home to go get a wife. I know 5 friends of mine here in the United States messed around with beautiful, beautiful girls, went back home to go get a girl back home, only for the girl to come here and start fucking with other people. So they got played. The karma went back. So I'd rather mess with the devil. So me, I don't see colors. I don't see African women or Nigerian women. There's some African women that get on my nerve. I met a girl one time and she was like, "Oh, I like you. I really care about you." And she took me to her church. She took me to her pastor. I said, what your pastor finna tell me? And the pastor said, I've been praying and I've seen you in the vision with her. I said, "No, you didn't. You didn't see me." No, you didn't see me. But that's what they call emotional blackmail. They want me to be with my own kind. So they will tell me whatever it takes to be with that person. But me, I have gotten to that point. No, a lot of people have been here a long time. I've been here. I've been with African-American women. Okay, look at me. The same guy who they were warning about child support. Where did I end up?
On child support?
Still on the same boat.
Yeah.
Still in the same, aspect. So it's kind of like I embrace every culture. Yes, the dating pool with African men and African women are better. African women fight for their men too.
We fight
Now,
for our
black women
men.
fight for their man even when they don't need to fight for their man.
But
Ride or die.
Ride or die.
Exactly. So
That's just a black
Sometimes they
thing.
gotta
Yeah, black
learn
in
like when
general.
to
Yeah.
not ride or die. But yeah, we do.
But African American woman will leave a man in jail if she's pissed off.
Leave a
Because-
man in jail.
What
She
you
might
mean by
like
that,
she won't
though?
like she'll go off if her man get put in jail. She gonna talk to somebody else.
No,
and
no, no.
She should.
No.
Oh, cause he in jail. What he gonna do for you?
No.
Oh.
I'm not saying
Oh.
waiting for this person. I'm saying if a woman and a man had a fight and she go to jail, an African woman will always go back because she can't stand the fact to do that. They have this.
Wait, what?
So
Okay, you're saying like if they get into an argument and then he goes to jail because they had a domestic situation.
they had a domestic situation.
She will leave him there.
Huh?
No, he said that African women gonna go back. American one will leave. I don't believe that.
We ain't even about to snitch. What you
Right,
talking
because
about?
most American
We're
women they
not
gonna
even-
call the police, but when the
I done got the police called on me.
but when they get there, they gonna be like, we
So, but-
everything.
but
I
what
said,
I-
now, yeah, you can take his ass.
So what
right on
I'm
down
saying is,
from my house, but I don't want you to lock him up.
oh, they're gonna
Okay.
lock him. They're gonna lock him up.
yeah,
Nah, they told me they was gonna lock me up the next time they
probably need to be locked up.
Yeah. But that's the good
That's
thing
back
about
in the day.
a good thing about dating. It's the African dating is different, but we as black people are the same.
Yeah.
We're the same people.
Yeah, if you ain't shit, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
African or African.
Baby,
African-
anybody.
Anybody? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know any other. I mean, I can't speak
Yeah.
for, but I can only speak for the black. But I will say this: I do think the biggest difference I have seen in the dating sector is, I do feel like African men
Mhm.
they cater more to their
They
women
do.
than a black man would. Not saying that a black man won't do that.
They won't.
But I feel no, they do. But I feel like African men they go above and
I'm being
beyond.
honest.
They do, like,
maybe they have something they
and they
have
can
to
be full
prove,
of shit,
though.
but right in that moment, they would make
But that's
you feel
not
like
always
a
a
queen.
good thing though, because
So-
maybe that's not always
Well,
a good thing.
everybody be full of shit and they can be manipulators, but they make you feel good.
but
in
just
that
because about making you feel
moment.
good in that moment don't mean the shit real.
But, see,
But the black American man may not. He's a bigger manipulator because he gonna only give you so much.
so like
only
African
gonna
men,
give you-
African men would always cater to their. They feel like it's their job. It's number one job in their
Oh yeah,
life.
that's not the
But-
African American.
African man, our job is to provide whichever way necessary. Even though you gotta steal, you gotta do fraud, you gotta get the money. You have to provide. You have to have that hunger mentality to go kill for your kids, go kill for your family, your wife. But the African American community, are there men out there who will kill for their family? Yes, there's a lot of them, but they are not that goal driven to go do it. They don't
Well-
feel like they gotta go do it right now to get their
Well,
family.
it is a lot of them do because there's a lot of drug dealers. So you said something about fraud. So it's a lot of drug dealers that actually do drugs, like they sell drugs just
Mhm.
to provide for their family. Do you see that any different than a fraud? Somebody African doing
scammer.
fraud?
That's why I say we are alike.
Yeah.
In that aspect,
Scammers and drug dealers are totally different.
scammers and drug dealers are the same people, man.
No, let me tell you something about a drug dealer. You have a drug dealer, they have a whole charity event. They're going to help their older community out. They're going to help the kids. They're just selling to people, and these people are
Oh, you
taking
tripping.
drugs as a choice. A scammer would take their grandma's social security number and mess up her credit and everything. You're
Oh, so
hurting.
you're saying a drug dealer is better?
That's a choice to go buy some drugs. I don't do drugs.
No, but the thing is, the
But-
drug dealers is killing the society, though, right? With the drugs, populating the crack epidemic, right?
No, people
Yes,
just
they
kill
are.
Each other. It
Fentanyl,
ain't got nothing to do with drugs.
bath
I know
salts.
people that get killed has nothing to do with drugs.
Oh, so you're
In
saying,
the black community, it's more of competition with the black men.
yeah, but
So,
who
yeah,
are they
will
selling?
kill when it's like,
Okay, who are
they're
the
jealous.
drug
The
dealers
drugs
selling
are
the
not
drugs
killing
to?
these people.
Who are the drug dealers selling the drugs to? Their community. The scammer is scamming somebody who you can never see. They're scamming.
See, that's not right though. So you're an 85-year-old woman.
But I'm not
that has social security.
What I'm saying is,
you're taking her money.
you are
'cause done got her-
justifying the drug dealer because they do charity events. I'm saying both of them.
No,
are,
I'm saying he might actually care. He's just trying to provide.
Well, I do think
you're taking more from an innocent person.
Oh, you
That's
tripping.
a choice for a person to buy drugs. It's not a choice if somebody stole your goddamn social
I
security
think
number.
the biggest thing with drug dealers is, and I think this is what Lisa is trying to say, is like with drug dealers,
Mhm.
and it's to your point too, they do sell within their own community. But in them also hurting their community, they also are like, that's their hood. So they're going to make sure that like they
They're a
protect
product
and
of
take
their
care of their hood
Yeah.
too. So most drug dealers are going to look out for their hood and make sure If they see
Am I
somebody,
saying this right? No.
And I think
But
it's
I'm
not
just
right.
saying, like, I feel like they're not trying to hurt other people. But if a scammer is like hacking into systems,
well, a
and
scammer is
taking
about
people-
themselves.
most-
Where
yeah.
African scammers, though, they take the social security numbers. They're taking money out your account. You're hurting a person that's worse
So
than somebody just
Jalisa,
buying
what we
drugs.
say is we'll agree to disagree that both jobs are both harmful to
yeah,
the society.
But
Yeah.
but that person has no choice
Ain't
in
no,
the matter.
ain't no but.
The person
but
on the
ain't
other
no
end
buts.
has no choice.
I know what
Yes,
Jaleesa's trying to say.
in
She's
that
trying to say that a scammer is out for themselves, while a drug
Yes.
dealer is somebody who's typically like even though they're still harming their community, they still have a sense of like, but we all in this together. Where a scammer is like, I'm looking out for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe
You can
what
take
she's
my
trying to say.
son's social security number and fuck up his credit for the rest of his life. But a drug dealer is selling to a person that has a choice to say, I don't want this. I mean, once you get on drugs, that's a choice. I'm sorry. That's a choice for the other person.
I
The
understand.
drug dealer, it can be bad. But once again, how did the drugs get here? The government. So my thing is, it's bad, but you cannot compare a scammer and a drug dealer. I'm sorry.
Hey, yes. We're just going to agree to disagree.
You cannot compare a scammer
Now, we
and
cannot
drug
compare a
dealers.
scammer to a drug dealer. I think it's just a method of making the money.
You sell a little weed on that's not harming nobody.
Because it's weed?
I don't smoke weed, but I'm telling you, it helps some people to not do certain things.
But you know, some scammers have actually opened charity homes back in Nigeria.
No, they ain't did that. In Nigeria,
Yeah,
thank
Nigeria.
you. But they come to America.
They can't do it
and
in
they're
America 'cause
scamming
you're gonna get
us,
caught.
And then they go back to Nigeria.
You're going to get...
You take it from us and going back
No,
home.
but listen, why would you build up a house here where you can't even prove it?
But y'all scamming us.
I'm not scamming
So
us.
what's the
Black people don't got no good credit anyways.
Like you said, the drug dealer is
Jalicia.
it's the community.
Right.
They're trying to scam everybody.
Jalicia.
In the US, then go back home.
Black people don't... The kind of money they're scamming,
Mm-hmm.
Africans don't scam black people like that.
Really?
What we scam is... What they scam...
How do you know if you're scamming a black person, a Latino,
Because-
a white
because-
person, Asian?
Okay, because look at the population in the United
He
States.
said we don't really have shit for them to scam.
No.
Right. Y'all ass ain't got a damn
No,
thing
I
that we
didn't-
want
I didn't
to
say that.
scam,
I didn't
so
say
we
that.
definitely ain't going after
Most
y'all
people-
asses.
Hey, most people. And the
Y'all
thing
credit
is,
already fucked up. I just,
but that's the truth though. The credit already, the credit already messed up.
damn
What,
credit already fucked
what
up.
am I
We don't
gonna
want
get with your
damn
social?
ass.
I'm gonna get a Discover card with freaking $300 limit to do what?
It's like your damn son. You already got 5 bills in your son's name.
This is, yeah, so you gotta yeah, and I get your point. It's one of those
But
things.
no, I'm
They're
not
both
just-
bad.
I don't think. Yeah, but you can't compare them.
They're both bad, but I think
I have
Jaleesa,
drug. Well,
I think Jaleesa
I don't
said
have drug dealer friends. Let me not say that.
I have
there.
drug dealer family, but I think Jaleesa trying to say that one path, they're both bad, but one path is more like selfishness,
Yes.
and the other path is more like a community. Like even though we are doing bad things,
It's
we still look
community-based.
out for the community at the end of the day. I think that's what she's trying to
Okay,
say.
and I agree with you on that part.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
Because if you are scamming, you are looking out for yourself at the end of the day. You might go
like
back.
with your grandparents. Most people, grandparents in the black community, our grandparents probably live in the same house from the 70s that was like a good area at that time, but now it's kind of like the hood or the ghetto.
yeah.
But if it's certain drug dealers in the area, no matter what's going on between those people, they're not going to mess with like the older community.
No,
They're
they're
going
not.
to try
They-
their best not to mess
So
with
they
the
have
kids.
a-
Well, I don't know. Nowadays, these look.
But the
Yeah.
new generation,
Now,
they
they
would shoot
killing
a
everybody.
OG. They would shoot
Yeah.
anybody. They don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
That's different with the new generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
They're
have
killing
a
over
code.
anything. It's
Yeah,
the,
they don't
it's the
have
music,
that honor code.
The guy, yeah, this new generation, I'm scared for the new
But
generation.
yeah, I agree with you guys. Yeah,
Okay,
I
well,
see.
good.
I see.
Look, I said, well, good.
He got a little rowdy, didn't it?
Well, I got one more question, and this is a big topic, which is, what's the biggest difference you see in the religious sector? Like when it comes to religion, do you see a difference? You may not in how African Americans, how we practice religion, and then how the African culture practice religion.
I would say it's almost the same because
Okay,
black churches they stay all day in church
we do.
and tell you to come back for evening service.
We don't do evening service. no.
Well, a lot of them do. Well, not no more because they
No,
just
no
stay
more,
there
but what I'm
6
saying-
hours now, and
Ba-
we,
yeah, ba-
so we
ba-
got
ba-
time for evening service.
Yeah, so it's the service is the same. It's just that the African religion is very, very manipulative.
As in,
Which
because
one?
I don't know anything
In terms
about
of,
African religion.
I would say like Christianity in
Okay.
Africa is more manipulative. It's more manipulative. So you have to have a third eye. You have to be woke to know when you're being manipulated, because
They're using the Bible as a way to manipulate
exactly
people.
the church is everywhere so much that you start believing the stuff they tell you.
That's the same thing they did in America, though, with
Yeah,
slaves. Like, when slaves couldn't read,
Mhm.
they didn't want slaves to be able to read because a lot of the things that they were doing, there's a lot of things the slave owners were doing by saying, like, you got to listen to me, was because African Americans couldn't read.
Yep.
And their thing was, so I'm going to tell you that the Bible says that you have to listen to your master.
Mhm.
I know y'all not going to know the difference because y'all asses can't read anyway.
Yeah.
So you're saying the same thing.
It's almost we're very similar when it comes to that. And one thing I want to say is I want us to, as Black people, we got to embrace each other. We have to.
That's really the
Because
whole point of
we
the
are-
podcast. Is like,
Yeah.
we are very different.
Yep.
But we are, in the eyes of everyone else, we are still the same.
We're the same
day,
people,
you
man.
know?
We
So-
all we've got, man. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't look at anybody different, you know, because even like I don't know if you guys listen
I
to
feel like
Dr. Umar
African
Johnson.
culture is scared of us.
What?
No, do you listen to Umar Johnson?
Who?
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Who's that?
It's
They're
a guy.
African?
No, he's an African American man who he say he's Pan African, so he teaches a lot of Black people.
Pan-African.
Yeah, so Pan African is like a different variation of African, like practicing your Africanism anywhere you go. Never be ashamed to preach your Africanism, being Black. So it's something we Black people do. We are always timid when we're in the midst of a lot of white people. I went to Texas Tech University. There's a lot of white people there. I wouldn't want to be African or want to cook my food and stink up the whole place because, you know, of the things.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so it teaches
you tone down your
your
African
Africanness, just to fit in. So it's something we need to stop doing, and we need to work cohesively to like say, hey, we Black, we have to, you know, we got to love each other, we got to stick together. We ain't trying to scam each other. We got to just figure it out and say, hey, man, I like you. I want us to be cool. I want us to embrace what we got together, and I want us to also have the spirit of knowing that we're all kings and queens. That's where the mentality of being cocky from Africans came from. We grew up as kings and queens. A lot of people see me here thinking because I stay in a 1-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom apartment, my family must be broke and I'm here struggling to take money back home. No, my family is rich. I was driving when I was like 13. So the mentality has to change. We are kings and queens. So me driving at the age of 13, coming to America, you trying to tell me that, oh, I ain't shit because I'm Black. No, I'm a king. I got to have that cockiness. We got to build that confidence to say, I'm better than this person. That's the problem with us. We will always want to kumbaya and say, oh, we're all equal. No, we're not. We're not all equal. We're all different. We all got different credit scores. We all got different money. Our papers are different. We're bragging different. A person who got more money than me, I don't hang out with broke people. I told my friends, anybody who tells me, can I hold 20 until Friday? I don't fuck with them. No, I don't fuck with them because if you can't have $20 by Friday, and if you don't have friends who could look at you and say, you need some money? You good? Then you are not a good person. You got to have those.
Give me that 20 on Friday.
You got to be around positive people who would know that you need
to the income tax.
Yeah, but you know, you got to be around positive people who trust you and say, you know what, I know you need some cash. I got you. But if you are asking people 20 by Friday, it means you ain't living right.
I agree with you. The older I get, like the wiser I am now, like I feel like I can't hang around people that's not
on your same level.
Yeah, it's hard because it's like you're gonna always get pulled down. Like you never go make it.
You can never go up.
Yeah.
You know?
You're never going up.
So,
Not like that. Not
that
really,
is true.
Like they say, you got 5 broke friends. You go be 6 broke friends.
Sick, bro.
It's just-
Yeah. You gotta
have
People who elevate you.
elevate you. And if you're in the midst of if you're a group of people where everybody is you surrounded everybody, you're in the wrong group.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong
somebody
group.
motivating somebody.
Yeah, you gotta be in a place where you're looking at somebody's account. Like one guy was showing me a business he just purchased, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta do better, man. I'm not gonna buy this McDonald's.
Your friends should push you.
Yeah.
When your success But my thing has always been when I do good, my friends do good.
We
if
should
I
do.
get a raise at work, then we
Yeah.
about to go out. I'm gonna say I pay for
Ricky.
everything.
Yeah.
I got y'all shots. I
Mhm.
got everything. I got the hookah because I got it at this point. So it's like you got
Why
it.
not give it?
Right.
But that's how it should be.
Yeah.
You know, we shouldn't compete against each other.
But African culture is like that. I will say
Africans-
that because
African-
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to confidence, I feel like being around Africans and Nigerians have helped me a lot. Like build my like confidence because you know me, like I like my hair don't look a certain way. Like I bash my own self. Like that's something big in our community. In Black American.
Yeah.
You gotta empower yourself. You gotta wake up every day. I look at myself in the mirror and tell myself, Jesus, this guy cute as fuck. I'm looking like
I like that. I gotta start
because
doing that.
you gotta motivate
Cute
yourself.
as
Like you gotta, even my daughter. When I see
do.
my daughter, I tell her, "You're my queen. You are beautiful. You are wise." You tell her, you pour some good spirits into her. You know, because when they see you, you want them to smile. They want to be happy. I want to be that father.
Didn't do that.
I want to be a father that.
Well, a lot of them did though. I mean, I do know people who families were like that. But I will say, like our parents' generation, that's just not the type of generation they come from.
They didn't do
Like,
that.
They critique
Yeah.
you, like
Like,
stand like this.
When was the last
stand
time
like this.
your dad said I love you?
He said me that today when I got the phone with him.
Oh no, I didn't grow up with my dad saying I love you. My dad would never tell me I love you.
Yeah, we say I say I love you all the time.
Well,
to
when we
all
were
of my
young,
family.
when I was younger, that wasn't a thing that was said in my
No.
household because that's
You know they love
Yeah.
you. You
Because
don't.
they say I pay for all your shit. You know I love
Exactly,
you."
that was love.
Right.
Yeah,
But you need to hear it.
you need to hear
now
it.
I say
But
it
now
a lot.
we know better.
Yeah.
Our generation, we know to say that now. We know to tell your kid, I love you. We know to say, like, you're so beautiful. We know that now because we see how it affected us, So
Yeah, it does.
it wasn't always like that,
It does. It does.
But what do you hope people got out of the conversation today?
That we're all the same people, and even as diverse as we are, we need to start learning more. Exposure is one of the biggest things. I feel like African Americans, most of them don't like to be out of their shell or out of their element. You need to go out there and learn new things. You need to try new culture, try the food, listen to the songs, try to listen to the songs, try to take a trip. I feel like most African Americans are so stuck in going to the same places. Tulum, Jamaica, go somewhere different.
I went to Tulum.
Miami.
I know, Miami.
I hate
Atlanta.
Black people love Miami.
Yeah.
I do not.
Y'all
do
gotta
not
go.
like Miami.
When the money you spend in Miami,
You could spend that in
you are
Tulum.
gonna.
You might as well
can
go to
literally
Dubai.
spend
Half of
less
that.
money out of the country than you would spend in
Yeah.
Miami.
Hey, I
I just think it's ridiculous
Hey, I
when
feel
people say they want to
that's-
go to Miami.
There was a girl who
I would
asked
rather
me,
go to
African American girl, she said, Michael, where do you think I should travel to? She's a sugar baby, by the way. Somebody was going to pay for her to fly somewhere. She said, I want to go to Zanzibar. And she just took a trip to Africa. She was very, very peaceful. She was happy because in the motherland, once you go there, your inner peace, you start feeling yourself. Your life, I'm telling you, the moment you've been out of the country, the moment you leave this country, all your stress of America leaves you alone.
Yes.
And now
Sometimes, because baby, I do like AC and I
But see,
do
they like resorts and stuff. I'm not in. Like I like to.
Well, I'm only say that
embrace
one
other
resort. I've only say that
cultures.
one resort ever.
bougie.
I usually will
He
stay
bougie.
at an Airbnb.
Airbnb,
Okay, yeah.
But I've only stayed at one resort, and that's when I went to Dominican Republic. But
Okay,
that resort was great.
Oh,
and I
mine was great in Dominican
Oh
too.
yes, baby. And I will
So
always.
you probably have to. Like I want to travel solo. Like when I did my first
I did
solo
that.
trip out the country, like
did
I
that.
really feel like I just want to travel solo because people be want to do different things, and
You gotta-
I want to just explore more.
I
Well,
went
you got to
to
go with a group of people who got their own identity. Like if I
Exactly.
go on a trip with you, I'm not going to force you to do what I want to do.
No.
I'm
Well,
gonna
yeah,
say,
I know you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, girl, I'm about to go.
We don't do that shit now.
Right, we don't
here
do
in
right because if
Dallas.
Jaleesa don't want to go out,
I'm
and
not
she'd be like,
going.
I'm not going to be like, well, girl, I'm about to go out.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
She'd be like, well, I'm about to go out, meet up.
I
with
would go to
whoever.
sleep at
Yeah.
his house and he can go
Right,
out.
or
something
vice
like-
versa. Jaleesa may be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm about to go to a hookah spot. I'm like, girl, I'm tired. I'm about to go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
we don't force each other. To
So
do
yeah,
I like to go
yeah.
to like African like spots.
So I feel
Yeah.
like we need to embrace each other. Go back home. I know a lot of African Americans like
We should do that for my birthday.
I ain't from
Oh,
Africa.
where?
Find a place. Find a
Baby,
place.
I'm not going. Baby, your birthday is.
Hey, see, but just
No, I will go to Nigeria, but not next year.
not next year. Hey,
Yeah.
and
Why
it takes
not
it
next
takes
year?
time.
It's too expensive to go to
It's too
Nigeria.
expensive. It's expensive.
Really?
Yeah, it's like $1,000
It's
something.
cheaper to go to Dubai.
It's the same.
I said
not
it's
going
no
to Dubai
country.
next year.
Dubai.
Dubai. No, But yeah,
Really?
you have
It's
to.
not that expensive.
Let's just the
South Africa.
exposure. Yeah, you could do something like that.
Yeah, I want to go Johannesburg. Yeah.
Yeah, Johannesburg. Just go there, explore, look at the embrace the culture. Like me, they used to tell me all kinds of crazy things about Korea, telling me, oh, they eat dogs, they eat this, they eat frogs, they eat cats, they eat this.
Yeah, I hear that too.
I never loved any continent like I loved Korea.
Really?
Really?
Asia blew my mind. Asia was like London, New York, and Nigeria all in one together. I was everywhere eating street food. I was safe. I left my wallet in a taxi and they brought it back to me. There's cameras everywhere, CCTV. Everybody was so family oriented. Everybody was so welcoming. That's the kind of spirit we need to have as Black people, because
Yes.
we rise by lifting others. We can't just say, hey, you're on your own. You're on your own and you be successful. We can build a nation. And that's one thing, like Tank said in the podcast, he said, they're not scared of our violence. They're scared of our love when we come together. So we gotta be.
Something that's so hard to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're always gonna create a.
These niggas be tripping.
They really do nothing.
They do, but I still love on Black people. I hope people. Well, I'll let Jaleesa go. What do you
What
feel
was
like
the
you
question?
hope people have learned through our conversation today?
Like he said, that is, even though we have like different values, we may be a little different, that we are still the same. We're
Okay.
still Black people, and we should learn to love each other, not hate each other, not assume something. Get to know someone before like judging that person. Don't feel like all Black Americans are the same. Don't feel like all Nigerians are the same,
And then,
or any other African.
they're not all scammers.
They're not.
We got,
Yes,
got good
because
ones.
when I came here, I thought all Nigerians
Not
were
scammers.
scammers.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I hope people learned that. I hope people learned that it doesn't matter really like what your experience has been like with a certain culture, like not even just like African or African American, whatever culture. Just as Lisa said, you can't generalize everybody to be like, oh, all Black people like that, or all Africans are like that. And another big part that I hope people have gained from this conversation, what is not attached to race, is you can be ignorant. It's okay to be ignorant at some point.
It's okay.
And to grow. So, like I said, I was very ignorant about Africans. I didn't know any. My ideal of Africa was baskets on top of your head and running. Like, I thought that was I never knew there was like a real. So it's okay to be ignorant, but it's also okay to grow and to say I have more of an understanding now. And that was my purpose of wanting to have this conversation, is let's see how we can learn from each other. I've learned a lot today.
I have
learned
too.
a lot.
Like, I still love African men,
Yeah. Hey,
Oh Lord, this guy. And then
Jaleesa tripping.
give her next year, she'll be talking about she want a hood nigga.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all.
I was a good man in church.
Hey, TD Jake's church, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. The Lord is
Well-
good.
Now give me a white man now.
Oh hell no.
Okay, see, I'm gonna
Y'all
wrap
be
that. I'm about to wrap things up
South
right there.
Korean.
Look, look, I'm about to wrap things up on that bullshit. I'm about to wrap things up. Thank you for tuning in,
so
and I
shocked.
can't wait to see you next time. And let me know how you like the show. Bye.
Bye.